When I saw this on pre-order, I was getting back into The Witcher 3, and I thought that's pretty good match. Yeah, that's the reason why I got him. And seeing as I have it now, I thought, why not make a review? Here we have it, the Romankey Cowl, 1/12 scale action figure. So his head, he has a fantastic range of motion. He can look back about that much before it pops off. But when it comes to looking forward, it is amazing. Have a look at this. And his chest is soft plastic, so it flexes to give him even more range of motion. Have a look at that. Amazing. And also his head, of course, it can tilt, but even a little movement, then yeah, mine pops off. But it's maybe as mine, but it might be worth keeping in mind. Crap. Even though it seems like his shoulders would be able to go further up, they can't. Because this part here goes this high, and his shoulder works like this. There. That's where it stops. When it comes to his arms, well, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend very nicely. His wrists, 360, and their peg have them bend like this. When it comes to the shoulder joint, it has a very good forward range of motion. However, at least for my figure, it is not as good the other way around. I wouldn't call them, I'm not sure if I can call this a butterfly. Yeah, even when applying pressure, yeah, I don't think it's meant to go any further back, which is a little disappointing. When it comes to T-pose, yes, definitely. But it's a little bit tricky. These muscles have a tendency to want to pop out. It's a bit finicky. When it comes to bending over, he goes this far, which is really good. It does open up his back, but I mean, even if you align it so it looks okay, he still has very good range of motion. When it comes folding back, or when it comes going backward, he goes this far. So his range of motion in the upper torso is fantastic. I mean, he can really bend all over the place. But when it comes to his hips, the hips, they, of course, you can go 360, but they don't. It doesn't bend at all at the hips. It's just a little bit. Legs go. Yeah, if you. His butt cheeks, they tend to want to move around. But it is what it is. Twist around 360. He has very good double jointed knees as well. His head come off again. Well, it can now stay off for a while. There you go. His feet, 360, and up and down fairly well, and also to the sides. For my figure, the toes are very loose, so he cannot stand well at all. But he comes with boots, so we can have a look at that later. I mean, all in all, I am very impressed. All right, let's do some free bending and see what happens. He is super flexible. Super flexible. Right, so if this does happen to you, take this part, we kind of match up, and hopefully it's just gonna click right. Yes, there we go. Looked way harder than it was. So let's have a look at the accessories. So this dude comes with 8 pair of hands, shoes, shorts, and yeah, I think I know what this is. So it comes with a bit of everything. Anyway, he came with extra pegs. That is very nice. Thank you. Unfortunately, you don't always see that. That's very nice. Let's put his shoes on. So even heating him up, the joint snapped. And it snapped inside, so that's gonna be a bit tricky. Luckily, it comes with extras, so that's... Thank you. But be extra careful, because I was, and it still snapped. That's the second peg that went. So I've owned a lot of figures, and I've actually not broken a peg before. On this one remaining peg, I'm applying just a little bit of pressure, but it is stiff as hell. So I think that's part of the problem. I heated everything up, and I was as careful as I could be. Like if you see the plastic, there's not a lot of plastic there, so you got to be careful. The feet have nice detail, but the hinges are a bit too loose for my liking, if we compare with the boots. Let's go over the hands together. Comes with a pair of open hands, gripping hands, more relaxed gripping hands, fingers on the trigger, closed fists, knife gripping hands, pointing hands, and finally the Japanese counting hand. These are for boots, I believe. For a quick size comparison, here's a Romankey Cowl versus a Nota, and the V-Toys Ninja, and against Mesco Conan. And he towers over him as well. So he's fairly tall for a 1/12 scale figure. I think Romankey Cowl did a fantastic job when it comes to posability. It's probably a little bit too finicky for customs, at least for me. Maybe the word that comes to mind is over-engineered. But that might just be me, you know. I guess if it's just for posing, drawing, something like that, I think it's great. And who knows, I might get used to it, you know. If I post it more. Might just be a me thing. For those of you watching, thank you. If something's on your mind, do let me know in the comments.